What's up, guys? My name is Angelo, and this is my life. First of all, let me get my government name out the way. My friends call me Tange, not to be confused with Tangerine, but y'all can call me Ange. Thus far for this journey, my life has been a series of ups, downs, and everything in between. Hardships, success, and failures are all things that we're going to experience in our times, and my life has been no different. Despite all the things that life can throw at you in your 20s, there have been a few things, though, that kept me going. Those things are Smash Brothers, music, working out, raving. First off, let me start off with Super Smash Brothers. This is a Nintendo game that's been one of the biggest things in my life ever since I was a kid. It all started growing up, me and my siblings. We didn't grow up in the nicest or safest of neighborhoods, but our mutual love of games always kept us all together, and it was always passed on between us. By the time the fourth iteration of the game came out, I made it a point to study the game. So I looked up all the tips I could on YouTube, and I started practicing on my own. After multiple attempts, I was finally able to consistently beat my brother, and I felt incredibly fulfilled. But at this point, I wasn't really sure where to take my gaming skills after that. At a certain point, when you end up doing what you want to do, the journey after that is not always super clear. Shortly as I was getting into college, I started to meet other people who also had a mutual love for the game, and the rest was history. I lost a bunch of times, more than I could count, but I never let that deter me. In college, I learned all about the local tournaments that the people around my area would run, and how there was a set of rankings for every region in every single part of the world. My goal was to eventually become top 15 in Jersey. That was the one goal I set out for myself in my time competing for this game. I kept going, years and years, grinding, trying to get to the top, and I finally reached my goal. And after that, I really wasn't sure what my future with the game was, so I just continued to have fun with it. And then right when I decided that I was going to try to slow down, I got an offer from Fisher to finish my bachelor's, which I abandoned many years ago. At some point after getting my associates, I was at a crossroads in life. I wasn't really sure of where to go from there, but Fisher helped me give that extra push that I needed. From here, I started competing for the school, and I found a newfound motivation and reason to keep on playing my favorite game. I'm grateful now for the opportunities presented to me from Smash Brothers and continuing to live the life the way I live. I'd always get told by parents growing up, you're wasting all your time playing that game, you should be doing something else. But despite this, I continued to do what I loved. When I was young, me and my friends started guitar lessons, and I was hooked ever since. I started from a ripe young age with only the goal of just wanting to learn guitar. As we grew in years, so did our minds for music, and we started diving more into other instruments like vocals, bass, piano, and more. In middle school, we met other friends, a lot like ourselves, with a similar love of music, and started trying to play covers together, and even write our own music. This eventually led to my adoration of music and even playing shows with my friends and continuing to try to create things, whether if it was small little medley songs, what have you. As life got more complicated, we were on and off with these things, but always made it a point to keep a healthy relationship with making music. And as of right now, we're not too sure what our next step is with this project. But whatever it is, I'm making sure that we always keep our love for the craft top priority. My love for this has led me to experience music in other ways that I couldn't even think of back then. I've always been a frequent concert attendee for as long as I can remember, and I was able to see some of my favorite artists, all the way from The Strokes, Frank Ocean, Bad Bunny, J. Cole, Tame Impala, Tyler the Creator, and so many more. Enjoying music in all facets was something that kept me wanting to delve deeper into other genres. And this is where I went into more electronic dance music and then going to their music events, and eventually found myself as part of their scene. I gained new ways to enjoy music. It's something that I never take for granted every single time I go. Aside from these things, I also love to go to the gym. They say your body is a temple, and I don't take that lightly. Growing up, I was always self-conscious of my body, and especially being a swimmer, I was always very shy to take off my shirt. So now that I'm older, I consistently try to keep my body at a somewhat healthy rate, as healthy as I can possibly make it. I may not use the gym for any sports, I just try to use it to live life more freely and be as healthy as possible. Now, with my time in Fisher wrapping up, I'm actually excited for the future for the first time in a while. I encourage everybody to follow what their heart tells them to do and never stop going.